Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a modern house. At the end of the video, we are going to use this house to create a brand new street in our suburbs. In this tutorial, I will show you how to make the entire house inside and out. This is the amount of space required to make the house. Here are all of the materials that we will use throughout the build. Begin by placing 3 grey concrete on top of each other. 1, 2, 3. Extend to the right by 3. 1, 2, 3. Connect down to the ground. And then continue extending right by 3. 1, 2, 3. Extend backwards by 1 and down to the ground. However, we also want to continue extending to the right by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where we will once again extend back 1 and down to the ground. However, we want to come back to here and extend to the right by a further 3. 1, 2, 3. Then extend down to the ground. Extend to the right by a further 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Connect down to the ground like this. We then want to take a look at what we've made. You will notice that we have a bunch of vertical rows of grey concrete. Well, on top of those vertical rows, we want to place an additional 4 grey concrete, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. The end result will look like this. Next, we are going to connect the middle pair of grey concrete together, left to right like this. We want to fill all of the other spaces in between our grey concrete rows in using black glass. In the middle here, we also want to add a row of black stained glass pane just connecting together left to right. The house has 2 entrances, the first of which is over here on the left. Destroy these 2 grass blocks and replace them with smooth quartz block. Place oak doors on top of those smooth quartz, and then do the same all the way over on the right side. The areas directly to the left are going to be windows, so these are a little bit different though. We want to use grey concrete to build a frame like this. We then want to destroy these grass blocks here, place sea lanterns instead, and then place glass on top. You will notice that the glass and sea lanterns are 1 row backwards in relation to this grey concrete row. This gives us a really cool sense of depth. We also want to do the exact same thing over here on the left side. So we will build a frame around the door and the window area. We'll extend it backwards, destroy these grass blocks, place sea lanterns in there instead, and then fill the window in with black stained glass, and we just get a really nice varying level of depths. Next, we need to do something a little bit tricky. First of all, we will place a row of smooth quartz stairs connecting those 2 rows of grey concrete together. We will then place a row of grey concrete above and in front of that row of smooth quartz stairs. We then have to remove all of the grass block and a portion of the grid that sits in between and in front of the 2 rows of grey concrete. And also underneath the grey concrete and underneath the smooth quartz stairs as well. Not only do we have to remove 1 layer of grass, we actually have to remove 2 more. 1 and 2. The purpose of this is so that we are now able to make a driveway that leads down into a garage. So we will extend our grey concrete blocks all the way down into the ground like this, and we will also place 2 rows of smooth quartz stairs underneath our first row. Then we place cyan terracotta underneath the stairs and extend 4 rows forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then above and behind this, we want to place another row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cyan terracotta. So we have a nice gradual slope upwards, and then we will finally just connect to the edge of our grid here with a couple of rows of cyan terracotta. Next, we want to place grass block left and right of the cyan terracotta that extends just out of the garage. We then want to place a row of 3, 1, 2, 3 grass block extending along the middle part of the cyan terracotta. Then we want to place smooth stone left and right of the remaining cyan terracotta. So you can see that we kind of have like a half and half going. What we then want to do is place poppies on the grass blocks that are left and right of our cyan terracotta driveway. We then want to remove the oak leaves next to our grass and extend the oak leaves 1 row upwards like so. We will do this on both sides. Like this. What we will then do is remove these 4 rows of grass, extending outwards and lining up with our entrance. We then want to remove 2 rows of grass leading to the entrance like this, and then simply fill this in with a mixture of smooth stone and smooth stone slabs. So these 3 blocks here actually want to be slabs so that we have a gradual step upwards. We want to do the exact same thing on the opposite side. Next, we are going to come to the right side of the build and extend this entire row of grey concrete backwards by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come to the opposite side of the build and do the exact same thing. We will now connect the back of the build together by leaving a gap of 2 right of our grey concrete, 1, 2, and then placing another grey concrete. Leave a gap of 2, 1, 2, place a grey concrete. Leave a gap of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, place a grey concrete. Leave a gap of 2, 1, 2, place a grey concrete. We will then extend these grey concretes up as high as the rest of the walls. We will then remove the grass in between all of the grey concretes and replace it with sea lanterns. We then want to place 2 rows of black stained glass on top of these sea lanterns, with a row of grey concrete directly on top of that. We then simply want to fill in all of the remaining empty space with black glass. Next, we will place a row of smooth quartz slabs all the way around the outer top of the building. Then, just below it, leaving half a row's gap, we will do the exact same thing again. Next, we are going to build a wall around the entire house. To do this, we will place a grey concrete here, destroy 3 rows to the right of it, 1, 2, 3, place sea lanterns in the empty space, with a grey concrete on the end, and then destroy 3 more rows, 1, 2, 3, place sea lanterns in the empty space, and then stick a grey concrete on the end of that. We will then extend each of our grey concretes upwards with upside down smooth quartz stairs in between the grey concrete, with white stained glass pane in between and on top of the smooth quartz stairs. We will then do the exact same thing on this opposite side. We can even just start here, place a grey concrete, destroy 3 rows to the right, sea lanterns inside of the empty space, grey concrete on the end, destroy 3 more rows, place sea lanterns in the empty space, grey concrete on the end. Extend the grey concretes upwards with upside down smooth quartz stairs on top of the sea lanterns with white stained glass pane on top of the stairs. We then want to extend our grey concrete along the top of our grid, extending all the way to the back and across the back. And then extending forward. We will then place a row of oak leaves along the inside of our wall. With poppies along the inside of the leaves. Next, we are going to head inside of our house and start working on the internal layout. So to begin, we will extend these rows of grey concrete all the way towards the back of the house like this, leaving a gap of 2 between the back wall. We then have to install a door here, so we'll remove this block, place a smooth quartz block underneath it, and an oak door on top. You can then place a row of grey concrete. This kind of divides the house into kind of like an open-ish layout where we have 3 rooms and a hallway connecting everything together. The rows of grey concrete want to extend all the way up to the top of the window line like this. You can even install a window here as well, just like next to the door. Everywhere that isn't inside of this room, we have to remove all of the grass block and replace it with smooth quartz block instead. So the inside of our room is a little bit different. We still have to remove all of the grass inside of the room, but we just have to go deeper down. The idea is that we have to remove as far down as we did outside, so where we have the cyan terracotta, you can even see it placed underneath the smooth quartz stairs here. Then we want to extend the cyan terracotta inwards like this, remove underneath our grey concrete and replace all of these blocks with grey concrete as well. We have to extend our smooth quartz block down here with a set of smooth quartz stairs, so we just want to create a little stairway leading up/down into and out of the garage, and then this is actually enough room to place a car. I'll show you how to do that later. Then all we have to do is just fill on top of the garage door in with grey concrete, and as a matter of fact, it's now time for us to make the entire second floor. So all we have to do is just connect in between the windows with grey concrete, and this will naturally form the second level of the house. Moving momentarily onto the opposite side of the house here, we are just going to break in to the next story by placing a smooth quartz block here and then just a series of smooth quartz stairs just underneath, extending forwards like this, and then we're just going to fill underneath the stairs in using smooth quartz as well, and we'll just make sure that we've got enough room. It may even be better to have a grey concrete at the top of the stairs. I think that actually looks a little bit better, but this is how we will get up and down the second level. There is only one set of stairs. So now we can work on the second story layout. It's a little bit weird, but bear with me. We will place grey concrete extending from in front of this window, leading towards the front of the build, leaving a gap of 2 here. We will then extend the grey concrete inwards, 1, 2 rows like this, and we'll do the same on the opposite side. So here, extend all the way forwards, leaving a gap of 2 from the front of the house, and then we'll just extend inwards by 2 rows, just like so. We can then extend all of these grey concretes up so that they are as high as the top of the house, and in doing this, we have our layout. I'm now just going to fill the entire top of the house in using black stained glass. With the internal layout complete, we can now head inside and work on the interior itself. First of all, the living room. This is on the left side of the house. We place 2 oak stairs here with an oak sign on the end, leave a gap of 1, 2 oak slabs, leave a gap of 1, note blocks, black concrete on top, and a painting in front of the black concrete. Super simple living room, complete. Moving across the hall into the opposite side of the house, we have a kitchen. Begin by placing 2 blocks of iron on top of each other with stone buttons in front. Left of this, a cyan terracotta, followed by a furnace, cauldron, cyan terracotta. Tripwire hook above the cauldron with a detector rail on top of the furnace. A flower pot here and a brewing stand here completes the kitchen. On the opposing wall, we will place 2 rows of 2 bookshelves here with 3, 1, 2, 3 cyan terracotta extending across, lantern here, item frame here, flower pot here. We then simply want to place a couple of stairs. This is actually going to be so tricky. A couple of stairs aside this that... oh, there we go. That acts as a table and chairs. If you like, you can add like a painting, maybe like in the middle. This is tricky without placing like a solid block here, something like this, and you can pretend that this is whatever you like, but it's meant to be just like a small table slash perhaps a little study area of some sort. I also like the idea of having a couple of tripwire hooks here for either keys or maybe like a coat or something like that. Heading upstairs now, we will first of all add some black stained glass pane just next to this hole at the top of the stairs. We then want to place a couple of rows of bookshelves just kind of occupying this area here. I think that we're just going to extend the glass another row forwards as well, so it's quite difficult to fall down here unless you're really trying. We will then place some paintings along this wall. So the idea is to have a bunch of 1x1s, preferably not the same ones. Perfect, just on this wall. I quite like this. We will now head into the exact opposite side of the house and work on the bathroom. So in this room, we will place some quartz stairs looped together to make a rectangle against this wall with a stone button and a lever above the end of the tub. We will then on this wall place an item frame with a white banner orientated down with a stone button placed on the same block. Left of this a cauldron with an oak trapdoor on top, and left of that a flower pot. We then want to place red carpet in front of the bath, and then against this wall we first of all want to place 3, 1, 2, 3 cyan terracotta with an item frame here, tripwire hook here, and a flower pot here. We will then place a loom, open it up, light blue banner in there with some white dye. We are going to add a gradient effect like this, black dye in there, add the boudoir effect, and this is simply a mirror to be hung essentially where the sink is. So we have our little sink here with a bathroom mirror. It makes sense. You could even stick another item frame. I don't want an item frame there, actually. This leads us onto the bedroom, the largest room on the second story of the house. The bedroom has a walk-in closet. To make this, we are going to place a row of grey concrete here and here, with tripwire hooks here and here. End rods connecting all of these rows together like this, horizontally, one row off of the ground. We then want to place a bunch of banners on the ground like this. Perfect. That just act as clothes on clothes rails, and we even have some hooks for other clothes related things. Leaving a gap of 2 in front of our grey concretes, we want to place a row of bookshelves that extend all the way from the floor to the ceiling, like this. We then extend the bookshelves outwards, connect the base together with note blocks, and black concrete in between. We then leave a gap of 1 from our note blocks and place a double bed. We could even shave off a row of the grey concrete like this. I'm not sure which I like better, so do feel free to experiment. You can even remove this row also, but I like the idea of just having lanterns, and if you're trying to clutter up the place, you could even have some just like hidden chests as well. But this is the bedroom. With the bedroom's completion, this leads us back down into the ground floor, where we want to enter the garage and make a car. So we will simply place 2 rows of your favourite wool along the side of the garage here, extend these walls upwards, place glass in front, carpet on top of all of, well, everything, then polish black stone buttons at the front and the back with a trip wire hook here. And there's a car stuffed into our garage. There is also one minor detail outside, which is just the dirt next to the garage door. That was driving me up the wall. So replace that with grey concrete and, well, that is our modern house 100% fully completed. However, this video is not over. We must now add our modern house into our city. It would be silly of us to pretend that the modern house was going anywhere other than the modern suburbs. We haven't really expanded this area very much recently, so I'm thinking that opposite the car dealership and around the town hall, I'm thinking that we can add another street. Is this a mistake? I don't know, probably, but we're gonna do it anyway. And that is that, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope that you have enjoyed this video. Please do remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all my videos sent directly to your sub box. If you would like to make anything else by me, please check the description below for the mini city builds playlist. We have over 100 builds in there for you to enjoy. Alternatively, the sidebar, hopefully the next upcoming video, YouTube, or just check the channel. Consider becoming a channel member today and you will gain access to a cool avatar next to your name, some unique emojis, and access to my mini city design world containing every single build that has been added to Mini City to date. This is well over 100 builds, all chronologically ordered. Java edition only. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.